Hello there everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am the Crimson Tea and this is 6 reasons why you should try Diablo Immortal. So without further ado, let's go! So you were thinking about trying Diablo Immortal, but you've heard that it has some pay-to-win elements and you were on the fence. Well, here are a couple reasons why you should try Diablo Immortal. Let's start off with something obvious. Diablo Immortal is free to play. By being free to play, it allows you to try out the game for yourself without committing money into the equation. There are currently 6 classes: Barbarian, Crusader, Demon Hunter, Monk, Necromancer and Wizard. Lots of monsters to defeat, items to collect and zones to visit, so why not give it a try? The worst that can happen is you notice the game isn't for you, and that's okay because there are many other games out there. The game also features pretty good graphics and sound quality, as a proper AAA game should. As well as the fact that by being mobile, it allows you to play it anywhere you are. One last aspect of this first reason is that most successful mobile games rely on frequent content updates, which is really a good thing because it means that the game won't be released and forgotten, but instead keep seeing all sorts of updates, from balance to content, and even a couple days ago, game director for Diablo Immortal, Wyatt Shank, confirmed the same. In case you are a fan of the series, even though Diablo 4 is in the works and may be almost within reach, there hasn't been much new Diablo content besides seasons in Diablo 3, and those were not the most exciting. Well, here is your opportunity to experience something new. Yes, there will be many demons you already know, but there will also be many new ones. Raids. Guys, listen, Diablo Immortal is basically an MMORPG. There are many dungeons, raids, open world events, PvP, clans and smaller clans, crafting, factions, PvP between factions, challenge rift, bounties, and you get the point. All that is missing is fishing. No, but for real, the game shares many aspects with MMORPGs and is the first Diablo title which attempts to go past your normal solo/co-op demon slaying experience. Sure, those aspects are present, but there's so much more. I know I just mentioned tons of features that most people are already familiar from other games, but I let out some that are actually pretty cool takes on ideas that most devs think but never end up implementing. There's the Vault, which is a place where players part of the few immortal clans house their treasures. This dungeon can be attacked by the shadow players and they can even end up stealing items from the final vault. If that was not crazy enough, well, if the shadow players fail to deal with some mechanics inside the dungeon, an alarm gets triggered, which allows the immortal players to go inside the vault and attempt to defend it from the burglars. This turns the dungeon from a PvE activity into a PvP one. Next we have the Kion's Ordeal, which is a 48-player raid where there are 4 simultaneous bosses and players are split into groups of 12 to deal with each one. The catch is that when one of those bosses dies, the rest start to deal more damage, making it so groups have to coordinate to make all those perish at the same time. What about the Cycle of Strife? That feature is filled with systems that go beyond what you usually see in other games, but let's focus on the last part, where the top 30 shadow players end up joining forces and fighting against the one and only current immortal player on the server. Yes, you heard it right. 30 versus 1, and how would that be fair unless that one player was powered up to the point of being a raid boss itself, capable of using insanely strong abilities and skills. Yep, not something you see every day. Surely that's all, right? Nope. If those shadow players manage to defeat the Immortal, then they will have a free-for-all brawl and the last man standing gets to promote their clan to be the next Immortal clan, with their leader as the new Immortal. I told you, the insanity of some of these features alone should be enough for people to want to give it a try. Beyond all those amazing systems, we have a new story happening between the end of Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction and Diablo 3. The fragments of the World Stone are scattered all around and are a great threat to Sanctuary. There's also a whole storyline around the Eternal Crown, Immortals and Shadows, which is pretty interesting at the very least. Personally, I'm not much of a PvP guy in my MMOs, but I know that many people enjoy that content, and well, Diablo Immortal has it. And there's even the Vault with that PvE turns into PvP mode, which seems amazing. Something I would actually love to play would be a game mode kinda similar to Gambit in Destiny 2, where both teams start by doing PvE and gathering resources, which then spawn harder monsters on the other team's base, as well as allowing one player to invade the other team's base and cause havoc inside by killing other players and making them lose their resources. The first team to gather X resources and defeating the final boss wins. If this were more of a traditional Diablo title, I would never hope to see such a feature there. But Diablo Immortal shows that it wants PvP to also be present, and it is not afraid of doing game modes that are not your conventional ones. The game seems to be a pretty good entry to the already awesome list of good ARPGs. There are certain aspects of the cash shop that are not the best to say the least, but I think there is a pretty good value proposition already in terms of what you need to invest to be able to play the game at your own pace. Will you be competing against whales with big pockets without spending money? I really doubt it, but at the end of the day what matters most is the fun you have when playing, be it alone or with friends. And that's all for today. If you enjoyed the video, remember to comment, like and subscribe. I've already done a bunch of videos on Diablo Immortal regarding some of its core features, as well as showcasing some of the cosmetic armors from the beta files. And I plan on continuing, so if you're interested in that, feel free to stick around. With that said, thanks for watching and I'll see you on the next video. Bye!